what is imagination and how it can help in studies. Ian, what's an imagination?
Imagination is when you sleep.
Okay, that's good. What's imagination?
Imagination is basically your thoughts and
That's
come
good.
out of them.
Thoughts? Yeah.
Imagination is basically what you desire and you achieve it, but it's not actually reality.
It's not reality.
Your creative ideas.
Creative ideas. Okay.
Imagination is a sort of, what's it called? A brainstorming system inside your mind.
Okay. Then what's your imagination? Let's put it the creative imagination. Let's put it the,
Okay.
because I want to make it simple.
Hmm.
And what's the creative imagination?
So it could be divided into two parts. Initially, first we need to clarify what's imagination. So imagination is something that does not exist, but you create it in your own mind. So it's something which have to do with your own virtual world that has nothing to do with your current conditions and situations. So you create it first in your own mind, and it can be sourced from what you already know or what you desire. So for example, if your current situation is something you are missing out, you may imagine that you want to have that particular thing, or you may imagine to do something, to learn something. Other is that may not source from current knowing, that right now the current situations are totally contrary to what you think you can create. So creative imagination is totally, totally independent, fresh, newly sourced idea that does not match with the current conditions. That has nothing to do with what's happening now. And that's what makes a difference in the future or after some time. So that's how I do define imagination.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Luckily, we recorded everything, so we can write it. That's so fascinating. So what I learned from Zen, creative imagination, you think of something which is not there, but you wish to be have there, right? That's what you said, Zen?
Yes. Yes, true.
For
True that.
example, I was looking for something to do like this, what I'm doing, but I didn't know how, but this was my wish. I can present wirelessly. I can have a team from overseas and I didn't look at how, but that was my imagination. It might be exist in the world, I don't know. For me, at the moment, it's imagination. Something is not in my life, but I have to want to live in my life. Can you imagine about it? I wish, when we say I wish, there should be something, I say it and the food comes. I wish I have something, I just press a button, the homework is done. That kind of thing. Okay? So we also call it idea. Okay? There are other kind of imagination we're not talking about, which is like you imagining like somebody chasing you, and you imagining that there is a genie, there's a ghost there. That is not creative imagination. We're not talking about. We're only talking creative imagination, which can help someone, at least help you. Thank you very much, and we put you on a mute again. Sorry about that. You can be in there, like, but if you want to say something, you just say, let's say, what rule we can have, because he can help us and help me not to speak too much. So let's put a hang on word. We say hang on, we use the expression here to stop someone. So I don't put you on a mute anymore, but make sure we don't have a noise so we don't get the distraction.
Sure.
Okay, we're going to move on. So now on, if you get any creative imagination, which by the way, we're going to do exercise as well, we're going to share with others in our channel. You just put it there, so look, I got the idea. Okay? And as a group, we won't laugh at it. Doesn't matter how stupid the idea would be, we'll try to look at like it's a very serious thing. I give you example. That's a very good story Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right me gave me. There was a meeting like this, people sitting down there. Constant meeting, and everybody were discussing about, there was an agenda item, mess in the park. Mess in the park. This is the biggest help I need, Ian, from you. Do focus. Help in the mess in the park. What happens is people eat ice cream and they leave their rubbish there. And there was a person like Zen sitting there. He just said, why don't we create ice cream people can eat the wrapper with it? Isn't that funny? You eat the wrapper. Doesn't make sense. But do we have ice cream where we eat the wrapper? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream. Yep. Yes, you want to say something? Okay. So people laughed at it, but that guy didn't give up. That time the cone didn't exist. So he started to work on what can it support it. He started with the biscuit. He started with the steak, chocolate steak. So that's is, see, he imagined, he expressed it, but didn't inspire because he didn't have a nice environment. Then he engaged with the other people who make ice cream and those things. And it evolved. See the example? It didn't happen in a one day. He started with something, then he said, no, chocolate melts and it makes hand dirty, then next. Then he get to the cone part. It might be a 20 different version. But what he showed, commitment. He communicated with the industry people, say, look, this is what I'm looking for. And he collaborated. He worked with others. He didn't do himself. He worked with other people. At the end, we had a cone invention. It looks small, but look at how big the industry, how much people use it. Have you seen that ad where the tacos and nachos keep falling? And they made the one can stay. You know what's the nachos? Nachos or nachos? The Spanish food in the Mexican food?
The taco.
Yeah.
Tacos.
Yeah. So they normally fall. So they made with a flat bottom. It's a small thing, but there is always potential. Okay, we moving on. Let's watch this. Actually, I want the next one first, because that's the funny one. This is all about imagination and ideas. Let's watch it. It's a little bit long, but I still want to watch it. So relax. You won't understand the words, but just enjoy it. Turn the lights off, Shami. In Indian language, jugaad means something, a local solution.
Yeah.
I broke my glasses. Look at that. What they're doing there? No. Rotate it. What they're using? Have you seen this video? No?
Babies.
He doesn't have his shoes. On the one side is love, on the other side is creative. They thought about, means they got a brains. The only thing they don't have, the environment, the support, so they can go take it to the next level. Did you see how the urine is going straight into the thing? It doesn't have the thing mobile, so That's a shoe.
Bubbles.
This is roller wheel. So they got a brain. Only thing they don't have support. You want a camel ride?
Get a bicycle. For kings. That's for kings.
You don't have that kind of
Shower.
shower.
Beach clothes.
They all are creative. And they are making things out of nothing. They are rubbish. Mobile collar.
Oh.
That's very nice.
Well,
You want to have a hot water?
whenever we have to go toilet in the bicycle, you just ride it and.
I don't think they're making something. You can watch later and figure out.
Oh.
They want to loud it. Oh my god.
You
He
can.
wants to go army. Look at his health. That's great. Come on, sit down. Lada?
Oh, earrings. Wow.
He's doing some exercise. After that, you watch the previous one as well. Chan, you take it. There's a previous slide you go. After that, you watch.
A man on the patrol. Wait, what? Steering wheel. Oh! How did they do that? Oh, a plane. That's a plane. Flying.
Unless someone says
Oh, I'm obsessed. Huh? Wait, what? That's so weird. Again? Why is this your small? Oh man, look at your donkey. Yeah. They're sitting on top of the plane. That's so crazy. I don't know what I'm doing on the phone. Yeah. Oh, battery low, 10%. What's wrong? What's that? My bike has shoes.
Now is the time you come up with something. The thing I want to talk is we saw the people who created those things and they created out of nothing. Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Not true.
They created out of something. What is that?
Waste that we put inside.
Tell me, Jan, what did they use? Yes, Shamin.
Everyday objects
That's what they use, but
and their imagination.
imagination, time, imagination. The tool they use, they were everyday tool. What she's
Create. They use their mind to. So they use their mind as a picture,
Okay.
and they actually they close their eyes when they're gonna start. They make it when they just close their eyes first, and then they look again. They stop.
Yes, Zen, you want to say something?
Yep. So what they use two tools at the same time. They use their observation and the problem solving technique, and then they use the imagination. It proved to be the second step. So do I need to
Can
explain
you
on
repeat
this
the
or?
second step? Can you repeat the second
Yeah,
step?
yes. So what happened that as we saw, as we had seen the examples and different cases, they were all sourced from a problem or a local issue or something that was problematic for them, or waste, or as a waste, they wanted to treat that. So for example, which means that all in the previous video and this one we can see that the imagination is not something, an intuition. It's not something you sit somewhere and you get an idea. It is something that you have observed already, or you improve your observation to see real life problems which are around you, and then while observing those problems you come towards a solution, and that solution is your imagination. That's what happened in the previous video which you showed different like local, as you proposed, that was a local solution. So it was actually a generalization of this rule that you need to observe your surroundings in such a way that even that you observe the problem and then you come up with a solution. That it's not important that solution is it to be implemented or it should exist now, but that is something new. First step is not imagination. First step is improving your observation and perception of what's happening around you. And then you can think what to do with what you have. That's the second step. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is there's a work. I'm going to show you that thing in a second. Just give me a
1 minute.
second. You need to work up how to increase your creative imagination, how do you improve your creative imagination? Everybody think of one thing and then just whatever your current experience is, I give you 5 minutes for that. Okay? So think of your, by the way, these tools are for you guys as well. You can use what whenever is required. Your time is precious. You came from home to do something. One other thing, what I would suggest you, as we saw the steps, first you copy. Okay? That's very, very important. When you go back home, you will access to these videos. Create something, one little thing, something which can be helpful for the whole house. And do it exclusively by yourself using these team members, and gift it to your homemates. When you finish, you show them. What's going to happen?
Never happened.
They'll be happy. Shan, surprise, beautiful.
They'll decide to see if it works.
Yeah, they decide to see it works. Yes, Shan. You know what they say? Where did you learn that? You're not going to say YouTube video. You're going to lie. You're going to say, I went there. And literally you learn here. You didn't know about that YouTube video. Sometimes the idea comes and I Google it and I find out 20 million people working on it already. I didn't know that. What he said, Zen said, you first look at the problem, your observation. So now, remember the Newton story? Apple fell on his head. His perception was high. He didn't ignore that. He observed, he increased his observation. So that's the first step I give you. This is my creative imagination tip. Increase your observation. By the way, I learned from that. I'll add another one after research. After 5 minutes, I do as well. So you need to create one thing and share with. They're gonna ask where you learn. They say our innovation group, we get these ideas, millions of them there. This is just a start. So they find a value to send you here. At the moment, they don't know what we're doing. If they don't see a value, they won't send you here. If you don't come here, you lose the opportunity. Okay? So that is the homework for you, which is a word I hate to say, but this is your first creative project to copy. Okay?
The site I searched, it basically tells you that use your mind in a way that it doesn't get distracted and use sources that make it a bit more creative and basically think outside of the box.
MashaAllah.
Think of something unusual.
Excellent. Okay?
Yes.
Beautiful. Think outside the box. I remember that. Okay, Shami.
The site I searched on, there were 10 different things. I found the last few a little more interesting than the others. One of them said to try new things. By trying new things, you can learn different perspectives from that point of view in actually doing the activity. And there were these other ones I didn't remember. And
Excellent. Yes, Brother Sayyid Ammar.
Okay. So the site I searched on was WikiHow. Okay, they have like good tips on how to do different stuff. So for imaginative thinking and innovation, they said to not get distracted by TV, just turn off all your TV and stuff. Think outside the box, and first try the boring stuff, the plain stuff, and you can use your imaginative skills will help you to like develop it and use it in more creative ways.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I think we should clap. Clapping wise, when I say clap, you're helping yourself. When you put the things, all your things, there's a science behind. I'm not going in a science, so feel good about it. You're helping yourself. So if you look at each culture, we join hands in a dua, shake hand, rub hand, do this one. So there's a science behind it. So if you do it, it's really, if you have, especially clap like this, it's really good for your brain. Okay, the next one. It's my turn. I found a website called 10 Ways to Increase Creative Imagination. This particular site has very good tips like be curious. Everything you see, be curious. Don't be afraid to try something new. So if you get a chance, you want to go somewhere and you say it's a new, I've never been there, don't be scared because it's an opportunity. And then expand your interests. So if you never tried something, you know, say, oh, I don't like it, because you're leaving something you never tried, because this might give you some ideas. And then spend time with the creative people. This is very important, because when you listen ideas, you get ideas. Okay? Then look at things differently. So I look at something, for example, this is a bottle. Everybody see a bottle?
yeah.
Now you look at this. You see something different in there. You see something different. And I've seen people, they look at, if you see the creative photographer people, what do you call photographer? Photographers. They see differently. They take an angle, we never seen that before. So anyway, I'm taking longer. So look at things differently, condition your mind to relax through meditation technique, which we cover later as well. How to, I'm emphasizing, we're going to have a session, how to awake your inner intelligence. You have intelligence within you. I'll talk about later. It's a big presentation itself. We skip it. The next person who is coming on board will be, did Jan submit anything? Jan's dad is very creative, Shanali.
Can you
down here.
No.
Okay. So, what I think I got the conception wrong. So what we were supposed to be searching.
That's fine. That's fine.
What I found is that I found this website. It helps you to train your mind and make your mind more creative. What it showed me is ways to activate your brain through various games like puzzles, illusions, and then chess.
Excellent.
So the one with chess intrigued me most because I play chess often. So I like that.
Don't go in detail. Just keep wrapping up.
And then it shows you stuff like puzzles. It activates your left and right brain at the same time because your right brain is
Very
trying
nice.
to create an image and your left brain is trying to create statistics. So using strategies.
Beautiful. That's what we need to learn. There's another topic we get. Shamin, note down 2 topics. One, we talk about, what was it? What I said we need to learn.
How to
Inner
act-
intelligence. How to wake inner intelligence.
and
Can
how
you
to-
type, what's his name? Zen in the chat box. The topic we need to cover inner intelligence and how mind works. We need to do topics in a future. One of you present this today. I did it because we had less members, but in future we'll assign someone who can do it.
Yep. And just want to talk about the chess part. And with chess, it talks about how each piece represents you. So basically how the king is your mind, really fragile, can only make one move, and how the horse takes a leap from one place to another.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much. So we should not leave any opportunity to encourage each other because this is positive energy. Energy is big thing as well. Shami, the third topic is about body, mind, emotion and energy. That's the topic itself because this is all required to do creative things. Shamin Ali. Yeah, what did you say? The last few I found are very nice. What is it?
Yeah,
I think you copied the same one I copied. MashaAllah.
Exactly.
It's okay, that's good. We have brain waves just went on the same place.
Okay, so like this one, the one that I thought was much more interesting was the one where it says to look at things differently. Like how you just said about photographers, they see things differently and that's how they create very different pictures that have a lot of creativity in them. If we look at a apple, for example, we can see that there's just a normal everyday apple. But when you turn it upside down, then you can say it relates to other things, such as
Can be anything. Thank you very much. It's very nice. Look at things differently. So means observe detail, what Zan said as well. Okay, the last person. What's going on? Yes, Zan.
Okay. So it's a 3-step process. You begin with the first step, that is creating your own ifs. It means that you just look at things that you are doing right now on daily basis and you see if you can change anything, if you can add anything, you can mold it to something else, or you can just to do something different to what you are currently doing. That's very important. That's the first step. Secondly, dreaming is itself, it's an exercise. So like any other exercise, you need training.
Speak a little bit slow because you're coming through the speaker. So you
Oh,
you
okay.
feel like a newscaster, just a little bit slow.
Okay, so like dreaming is itself a faculty, a skill. So like any other skill, like any other training, like any other muscle, you need to train it for some time by practicing on daily basis. We do that, but right now we need to change that practice. Third step, you need to give yourself some time for cohesive creative thinking. That's very important because you need to get yourself in a state of waiting, in a state of, not in state of boredom, but just sitting lonely and finding out something that you can do. And that's the precious time when ideas will explode in your mind. That's the most important time. And that is what Google does. Google asks its team to allocate some time on daily basis or 20% of their time just sitting idle, doing nothing, so that new ideas can pop up. Then the fourth thing is you
Can
need
just
to
pause there. Can you press just pause there, beta? Thank you very, very much. I will take it. This is, I'm giving you the free tip. It's like a bonus tip.
Okay.
What he said, being quiet. Does your brain quiet? No. But when you quiet other daily things, you get something new. That is coming from your intelligence. To get to the intelligence, you need to sit down, sit down, sit down. You busy? Just sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We are just going 10 minutes. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We're talking about creative imagination, how you can get the new ideas. And what he covered so far is he's talking about the Google idea. And for you especially, we repeat that idea. We don't repeat the rest of it. Can you talk about third step again? He's a Zen, he's a
yes, yes. So we need to allocate some time to ourselves by being quiet, as you said, and just see what ideas pop up in our mind. That's it. No need to look at things, no need to do any activity. Just sit idle. And that's your brain will start bringing up new ideas or existing ideas. And the fourth step, you need to sit, you need to talk, you need to discuss, you need to express your ideas to other people so that their root begin to blossom up. Or otherwise your brain...
But the idea is a seed. Now you need to nurture it. The best time to be quiet, let's say after Maghrib or after Asr or after Fajr, you just sit down after Salah and just be quiet, just 5-10 minutes. You start with a 5 minute. In this age, it's very hard to stay quiet. I know that. But you need to start practicing. That's why we give you Salah. So after Salah, just sit down, do nothing, close your eyes, and just be yourself. This is very simple exercise, but very hard to do for young people. I'm giving you that inner intelligence tip. And then you nurture it. What he said, you talk to people. I got this seed, I need to water it. So other people will help you. Let's carry on number 5.
And then you need to be when expressing your ideas, you need to be an active player as well as a leader. It's not about being just expressing your idea. It's about listening to other people, what do they think about your idea. That also matters. And that is something that will water your idea, that will water your seed to bring it to another level. So listen to what people are saying, as examples of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. They all have creative ideas. They have creative teams. And that's what made the difference. So be an active player and a leader.
Number 6.
So that's it. This was all the steps.
Oh, sorry, you just that's fine. So he says that you put a seed there, then you express it. Same thing what we did there. Then you work with other people and lead it. You need to convince this is a good idea. It doesn't matter what happened at the end, but you get the capacity to convince people to work with you. Okay? And then you become an active player. And that's what we are doing here, right?
Yes.